Everybody, back again really quick for a part 2 and a review. The stuff, Warglaive emitter. So, pretty sure you guys are familiar with that. That's what that is. And then also, the other stuff is a latching switch and some black and silver bezels. But yeah, that's the rest of my entry. Anyways, review on the parts and quality. Let's go into this unwrapped real time. Looks like these edges are cool. Nothing on this one. So this Warglaive, despite having some machining marks, is at least safe to handle. Gotta watch for those burrs. You can see this thing isn't it's not perfect. It does feel like that's kind of stupid. It does feel like this might start chewing up material. Let's see how that screws into place. I should oil this first. Alright, that works out well enough. And probably nitpicking, but that's alright. That's okay. This thing is a little rough. And it does show up against the black of this piece. So if you look on this part, for example, that's rough. Smooth enough to the touch. This seems a little fragile by itself. These things are not pleasant to look at all, but with the right tools, you can take care of that. I've recently acquired the right tools, so not that big of a deal. This piece, these threads are sharp. There are even burrs. So if you catch yourself doing this, you're going to slice your hand open. So those will have to be filed down. Metal on the fingers. So these weren't wiped or blown clean. And if you look in here, there's traces of metal in there. So if you dump some electronics in there or whatever, and those pieces get on your board, you're short-circuiting. You're like, why? That's why. Or if you cut your hand up, or stuff starts getting scratched. Those things. Have not looked into this yet, so here we go. That feels nice and smooth. that seems perfect. This thread, that's a little rough. I mean, if you look at it, that will F you up. Alright, caution there, gonna have to sand that. Looking down the tube here, it looks pretty clean. Metal test, be careful not to cut your finger up. It's rough, I don't see any metal. Yeah, I catch some dust. And I'm trying to be really careful not to cut my finger. If you look on this edge, if you're jamming your finger in there trying to get to wires, this edge will, there's a lip right here. This could potentially just slice you open as you're reaching in. I got a file for that, so I'm gonna have to hit this with that. Switch hole looks good. Doesn't look like it's going to start cutting up my wires as I'm trying to do an install. So that's cool. Oh, I forgot to ask for a recessed switch hole. I don't know if they do that, but I could have asked, but I forgot. And as far as this part goes, I did want to save myself some time and do this in private so I knew what I was doing. If you look at my fingers, it's starting to get covered in metal. Okay, that's not bad. Get myself a rag really quick. Doke. That's not bad. I see a thread back here. I know that's not the best way to deal with that, but I am trying to find a few more. Okay, that's sticking. That sounded really rough. Okay, this might require some caution. Yeah, I gotta deburr that. It's rough, but okay, I guess that was deburred. Yeah, that feels safe. Ooh. And then the top part. I have no idea what I'm doing with this thing. I hope I'm not scratching this. It's biting somewhere. that's no fun right there. That thing caught my thumb right away. This right here too. Yeah, this one right here I got a hit. That's pretty jagged. This is rough, but I don't think it's gonna slice. It'll grab. But right here, this could tear for whatever reason. You're grabbing this, wrenching or something, I don't know. Okay, so those are the 3 emitter rings. Looking down this way. I know the lighting's bad, but I'm just looking for those little threads in there. You can see them. Okay. 11 minutes long, and all that's left is to take this apart and check the threads, but even if they are sharp, as long as I'm careful working in there, I should be all right. Anyways, overall not bad. And it's time to get to work. Hope you found this video helpful, this extremely long video, and thank you for watching.